Good morning everyone, thanks for tuning in and watching this video, part of the series of basic boating for beginners. Here we go. So basically what I learnt in this harbour, watching the fishermen, the Greek fishermen going out every day, one thing I didn't find on any videos on YouTube was about stern line, stern being the rear of the boat. And I just want to talk to you just briefly of how vitally important these stern lines really are. So basically, on a boat this size, this is basically a 6.10 metre craft. My other boat is this one here. That's 4.7 metre with a 24.5 horsepower engine. But back to stern lines. Right, basically, I've got and it's cleated up there, and you can also see it's bracketed up there as well. You might be able to see under the water where this particular anchor is. I've got actually 4 anchors on this, 4 ties, 2 anchors, and tied to two other holdings. So you might be able to see from the ties where the chain goes. So it's right under there, and it goes all the way over there. Now my main mooring anchor, I've got two main mooring anchors in the harbour. My first one is over there near that rock. The anchor was placed there with a 30-foot chain that comes all the way along here. Then basically there's the chain there under the water, and then onto a rope, and then tied to obviously to the cleat. My second anchor, mooring anchor and line, there's my stern line there on the cleat, and my second anchor is where that boat is there, just in front of that orange buoy, that red buoy there. My second anchor is placed again with about a 30-foot width of length of chain right across the harbour, so it lies on the bottom of the harbour floor, so no boats coming into the harbour will snag it or cut it. It's lying on the seabed. In fact, it's actually embedded now into the sand, and then it comes along the bottom, obviously, then onto a rope, and then onto my cleat. All right, so, and I've also got another bracket on there as well on the bottom of the boat like the first one. So that's the reason for that, is this, and I didn't realise this because I haven't found it on any videos, so but it was vitally important. I couldn't understand why all the Greek fishing boats were about a metre away from the wall. I'll show you this. You see that it's a metre away from the wall. Mine was actually about a foot. And of course, when the weather picks up in the harbour, and it's coming up to a 3 now, 3 before, when it gets rough, obviously the boats move. Obviously, physics. But what I didn't realise is that my boat was bashing into the wall. And you have a summer of that, and you won't have any boat. So it's absolutely vitally important that when you're mooring into a harbour, it's a permanent mooring, you drop a 7-kilo anchor, pretty big thing. It's cost me about 60 euros each anchor, and again 30 feet of chain straight across the floor of the seabed, and then onto a rope, a good quality rope, and then obviously onto the cleat. And I've done a precautionary measure, and as you can see, I've bracketed it up on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, just to show you the point, I'm actually going to dive in the water, take the camera with me, so you can see both anchors and the chain line on the floor. All right, so hopefully this will be of help. Okay, I'm in the water now, and I'm going to show you the anchors. You can see now from the rear of the boat that it's bracketed up and cleated up, and this yellow buoy is a mooring buoy, so that's what that's for. So what happens when I disconnect the lines this will it's full of air, obviously, and this will enable the line to float in the water, so when I come back from a trip out, I can easily retrieve it with my retrieving rod. Alright, so there's the underside of the engines, and there's the other bracket there as well. Okay, so that gives you that. Okay, have a go. Okay, now I'll show you the second one. The first one, by the way, that was a lot nearer, is for the little boat. Okay, I'll show you the second one now. Okay, I'm going to show you both of them. There's two on this side, and yet another mooring buoy to hold the line up for when I want to retrieve it. So you can see this. Now I'm going to show you this one. Okay, you can see the distance between from the anchor chain. I'm right above the anchor now, and the mooring anchor, and you can see the distance now from the boat. And this will stop the boat from moving forward and bashing into the wall. So you can see how important having some good anchorage can be. Okay, you can see how important the stern lines are to the boat, making sure that it's a long way away from the wall of the harbour. I'll show you again. So as you can see, there's plenty of distance there that if the waves picked up, it got quite nasty, especially in the night, which it can do sometimes here, then we've got plenty of leeway for it to sort of move forward. The other top tip is not to tie the lines too tight. It has to have some movement, otherwise you could snap the lines if it's under too much pressure. But I can't tell you how important the chain is. I think the chain, especially in my particular case where I'm positioned within the harbour mouth pretty much, it's only really the last spot. I've been here for a couple of years now, and I started with the smaller boat that we went on with Ricky the other day, and some of the other videos, and then I upgraded to a larger day cruiser because I loved it so much. So it's very important to make sure you've got plenty of chain. Chain in this case I think is the key word. Plenty of chain lying on the seabed gives it all that stability, the strength, and obviously it doesn't obstruct any other boats, and it won't get chopped up by other people's propellers. So that's another important point. So the chain is the way to go, and then obviously then you can have some rope tied up onto the cleat, and away you go. So you're pretty much sorted there. So if you found this video useful and helpful to you, don't forget to check out my other helpful videos and top tips on boating for beginners. Alright, have a good day and thanks for watching. Bye for now.